Calm. We've got the UK theory test here. Topic 2 completely patterned here. All of attitude completely patterned here. So you should be able to follow this video, follow the whole thing here. Should be fully done. And you should get the highest marks here. Alright, cool. So first things first here, emergency vehicles here. So there's you got blue beacons here, and then there's the green beacon ones here. So with the blue beacons here, you gotta know police patrol and fire brigade here. That's the first two blue beacon ones here. So write that down. Make sure you remember that here. Blue beacons here, police patrol, fire brigade here. Then we got the ambulance here and the blood transfusion vehicles here. So the blood transfusion vehicles, they have a blue light, and also the ambulance also has a blue light as well. Yeah, so make sure you remember that too. Yeah, so that's the four now for the blue beacons here. Alright, cool. We got the bomb disposal vehicles here. So the bomb disposal vehicles, those have the blue beacons here. And from my experience here in the test here, they like to always bring this one up. And then we got a mountain rescue vehicle here. So mountain rescue vehicle is obviously also going to be blue lights. That's like in the mountains. They come to rescue you if you're doing some dumb shit. Next one. We got the Coast Guard, yeah. So the Coast Guard, obviously, they look after the shores and that. And obviously, the Coast Guard, they got the blue beacons as well, yeah. Alright, calm. So here's all the blue beacon vehicles. If you want to write that down, if you want all of them as a list, you got police here, you got the fire brigade, you got the ambulance here, you got the blood transfusion vehicle, you got the bomb disposal vehicle, you got the mountain vehicle, and you got the Coast Guard, yeah. So make sure you remember all of that. Any one of these can come in the test. They can ask you about any of these, yeah. So these are all vehicles that display a blue beacon, yeah. Alright, calm. Green beacons, yeah, there's only one that you need to know about, yeah, which is that a doctor's vehicle, yeah. So a doctor's vehicle has a green beacon, yeah. You see these outside medical centers and shit like that. So obviously, if it's got a green beacon, yeah, that's a doctor vehicle, yeah. Calm. When you got an emergency vehicle coming, yeah, so you got like these ones, you know them ones, innit? When they're coming behind you, you gotta pull over when it's safe to do so, yeah. So if it's safe to do so, pull over, yeah. You also need to allow enough space for the vehicle to pass here. So they'll ask you in the test, make sure you know. You have to pull over if there's an ambulance coming or anything like that, and allow enough space for my man to pass, of course, yeah. Obviously, my man's gonna need to pass through you, yeah. So you need to give him the space adequately to pass that. You get me? And also be aware, yeah, of any hazards that might stop the vehicle from passing if you pull over in certain places, yeah. So if there's some shit on the right of you, yeah, and you pull over on the left, yeah, you just block the way now, G. You know what I'm saying? So don't do like any dumb shit, yeah. Pull over in a safe place, pull over in certain places where it can mean that the vehicle can move past you, yeah, overtake you, yeah. Alright, calm. Zebra crossings, yeah. So when approaching zebra crossings, if pedestrians are about to cross here, slow down and get ready to stop. Yeah. So if you're approaching zebra crossings, you need to slow down, yeah. So be ready to stop here always. That's how it's gonna be framed inside the test here. It's gonna tell you what should you do when you approach a zebra crossing. You need to say, or you slow down and be prepared to stop here. Calm. If you stop at the crossing and the pedestrians don't cross, you have to be patient and wait, because there might be something that you haven't seen that they can see. So you need to just be patient, let them cross, wait. Don't do anything stupid in it. Calm. On zebra crossings, yeah, never wave pedestrians across here. So listen, in a test, always any answer that has something to do with waving someone or waving a vehicle or waving anything, that's the wrong answer, bro. Never choose that one, yeah. That's the worst thing you can ever do, yeah, in terms of the test, yeah. Because if you wave across a person, yeah, there might have been a vehicle that you haven't seen, and so you can cause him to die. You get me? So because of that, yeah, always never wave nobody across. Just let them do their thing, innit? Alright, Pelican crossings, yeah. So Pelican crossings, that's this thing here is a pelican, fam. And that there, if a pedestrian needs to cross here, they will have to press the button on the traffic light, yeah. So if a pedestrian needs to cross the road, they're gonna have to click the button on the traffic light, yeah. So these ones, the Pelican ones, are like the ones where you got the thing on the pole, yeah, and you click it, and it's on red, yeah, and then it goes to green, and then like it starts beeping and that bare loud, and then you got the countdown and amber on the other side of the road going down in it. Yeah, so that's these type of crossings, yeah. So the light will then change from green to amber and then from amber to red, yeah. Cool. What you need to remember, yeah, is that if the lights are flashing amber, yeah, and there's still pedestrians on the crossing, you have to give way, yeah. So it will ask you, what do you do if at a Pelican crossing, yeah, the lights are flashing amber, yeah. Always you have to give way to them, yeah. Give way to the pedestrians that are on top of the crossing, of course. Otherwise, you're gonna kill them, yeah. So listen, yeah, always make sure you write this down. Make sure you know this, yeah. Pelican crossing, yeah, is always the flashing amber one. If it talks about flashing amber, anything like that, yeah, then it's a pelican crossing, bro. Okay, anything to do with the flashing amber thing, yeah. Alright, cool. If the lights are flashing amber and there's no pedestrians, you must proceed with caution, always with caution, yeah. That's the exact wording that's gonna come inside the test. It's gonna say what's gonna happen if they're flashing amber but there's no pedestrians. You click, you must proceed with caution, yeah. Alright, calm. So this is a graphical one for you to look at. Obviously, you got the thing here. You click that, bang, it tells you to go, and then the countdown happens up there, yeah. Alright, calm. Puffing crossing, yeah. So that's this thing up here. That's a puffing, fam. For puffing crossing, yeah, it's exactly the same thing, but these are just the standard like traffic lights, yeah. So these ones, they're the same as the pelican crossing, yeah. However, they do not flash the amber lights, so they just go. You know what I'm saying? The traffic lights will only change to green when the crossing is completely clear, yeah. So more time, it will just be like yellow. What am I talking about? Amber and red at the same time, yeah. So it'll be amber, red. That means it's about to stop. Whatever it stops, you get it. So always, yeah. That's the situation, yeah. So for these ones, they don't flash. It just goes like a normal traffic light does, yeah. Alright, cool. It's just green, amber, and red. Toucan crossings, yeah. So the toucan is that thing there. And the toucan crossing, yeah, is where both pedestrians and cyclists can cross. So as you see in that little thing there, there's a man and there's a cyclist. So both of them can cross here. So as you see here, it's cyclist crossing, my man's crossing, you get me? So two can cross at a toucan crossing, yeah? So two man can cross, so two can, yeah? Cyclists and pedestrians, that's two things, two individualities, yeah? So two can cross at the toucan crossing, yeah? Alright, calm. This is a crossing where both cyclists and pedestrians can cross here. So both of these men can cross, it's no problem, yeah? You know what I'm saying? Kalas, bro. Alright, cool. Pegasus crossing, yeah? So Pegasus crossing, yeah? In a Pegasus crossing, horses can cross as well as pedestrians. So in this one, it's a bit of a mad one. The horses, they can cross the road. So as you see the police officer or whatever, my man there on the horse here will come through. He'll click the thing there and it will go from whatever to whatever. And after that, when it's green for him, he can then cross with the Pegasus crossing, yeah? You don't really see these that often, you know what I'm saying? But they do exist in it, like with the road guards and that Hyde Park corner, them things. Competitive driving, yeah? So new drivers here are more likely to crash here because they show competitive driving and tend to show off here. This causes public risk here. It will say in the test something along the lines of which type of driving style causes the most danger. I need to say competitive driving here. So competitive driving poses the most danger to all types of driving. Obviously trying to compete, trying to race, that's gonna create a problem, you get me? Alright, cool. Only a fool breaks the 2 second rule, yeah? So that's a little thing you need to keep in your head, yeah? So you should always stay 2 seconds behind the car in front on a dry day. Yeah, so on a dry day, no matter what, because of the time, yeah, and the speed distance time equations, yeah, it means that there will be adequate distance as long as you keep 2 seconds behind. So the whole idea of this thing here is that if you say the phrase only a fool breaks the 2 second rule, it takes you about 2 seconds roughly to say that, yeah? So therefore, if you say that and you reach where the car is in front of you, like what position he was at 2 seconds ago, then you're at adequate distance. If it takes you less than 2 seconds, yeah, to get to the same point where that car was 2 seconds ago, then you're going too fast. You need to pull back a bit, bro, yeah? So there needs to be a 2 second gap between you and the car in front of you, yeah? Calm. You can say the whole sentence here. If you can say the whole sentence here before you reach the point at which the car in front is at, then you are at a safe distance here. So as you see, he's traveling at 80 kilometers, yeah, per hour, yeah? It's a 2 second gap, it's 5 car lengths. He's traveling at 60, it's 4 car lengths. He's traveling at that 48, yeah, it's 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths, yeah, you get it. So it changes, but they're all 2 seconds, yeah. In wet weather, the distance is doubled, and hence you should be 4 seconds behind. Or you can say the sentence here, only a fool breaks the 2 second rule, yeah. You can say that twice, it's the same effect, yeah. So in wet weather, yeah, the distance is doubled, okay? Always remember this. Wet weather, double, times 2, yeah. And the gap is 4 seconds instead of 2 seconds, yeah. Calm. Tailgating, yeah. So tailgating, yeah, is basically when you follow a guy from like too close behind him, yeah. And of course, it will create a dispute. So a 2 second gap here should be kept behind a vehicle on a dry day. When a driver follows behind too closely, this is called tailgating. This is dangerous because the car behind cannot see the road fully, yeah? So when you tailgate someone, you can't see the road in front of you because my man's obviously blocking it, yeah? So because of that, you should never tailgate. You should stay at least 2 seconds behind so you got enough reaction time so you can see ahead clearly, them things, yeah? Obviously, if you do end up hitting someone in the back here, the blame is on you, innit? Because, like, you get me? Like, come on, fam, how's he doing that one there, yeah? Alright, calm. If the vehicle in front has to perform an emergency stop here, this will result in a crash here as there's not enough stopping distance. So if my man in front has to somehow stop now, you're just going to crash into my man, bro. That's why you need to keep an adequate distance behind you. Okay, so if you're being tailgated, yeah, this might sound weird the first time you hear it, yeah, but if you're being tailgated, what you need to do, yeah, is you need to slow down slightly to increase the gap between you and the car in front, yeah. That's to increase the space in front of you so that if anything happens, you can quickly move into that space in front. Yeah, so this frees up more space to move into and stop if needed. So it might sound like counteracting, yeah, but if a guy is pulling up too close behind you, you actually need to drop back a bit, yeah, you need to drop back so that the space in front of you is increased so then you can move in front if anything happens, yeah. Calm. Allowing vehicles to overtake here. So again, this is another like test type one here. They'll ask you, oh, what should you do when a vehicle's overtaking you? Yeah, you just say, keep a steady pace, keep a steady speed here, and allow the vehicle to overtake here. You always say that, yeah. So if you're driving at the speed limit, yeah, and a driver behind you wants to overtake or comes up quickly behind you or flashes you, keep on course and keep a steady pace and allow them to overtake. Always allow them to overtake and keep a steady pace here. Never slow down, never speed up. You keep steady pace here. Calm. Turning right, yeah. So when you turn right, obviously my man's there. You need to do the MSM always, yeah. So M is mirror. So you look at the right mirror in case there's any overtaken vehicles that you might crash into. Then you signal. You signal they're gonna integrate right. Then you position yourself in the right lane. That makes it bait for people that you're gonna turn right. It also makes it bait at the junction. They can see that you're gonna turn right. So move into the right hand lane early, yeah, and make sure to check your right mirror first, yeah. This makes other road users aware of your intentions as well as allowing them to pass on your left. Yeah, so this does two things. First of all, they can pass on your left if it's wide enough and it's like, or if it's like a one-way road. Yeah, and also it makes them aware of your intentions. They know, alright, cool, he's gonna move right. Alright, one-way roads. Yeah, so this sign indicates a one-way road. Yeah, where you can drive in the middle or on the right. There's no problem. Yeah, so you can drive in the middle or the right hand side of the one-way road. There's no issue because one way. Yeah. But if you're turning right, yeah, position on the right so that vehicles can overtake you on the left and you don't cause traffic for no reason. Because if you're turning right and you stay in the middle, yeah, my man obviously can't overtake. He's gonna have to wait for you. You get me? So always, yeah, make sure position in the right if you're turning right, yeah. Calm. Refueling, yeah. So make sure you use the right fuel, yeah. So make sure you use the right fuel for your vehicle, yeah. The green nozzle is petrol always. The green one is petrol and the black is diesel, yeah. So black nozzle is diesel, yeah. Obviously, do not drop the fuel because it's flammable and it's slippery as well, so it creates a hazard, yeah. And you must also ensure the filler cap is screwed on tightly as spills lose money and create a slippery road surface, yeah. So make sure that the filler cap is screwed on tightly. Make sure the thing on your car is screwed on tightly. Make sure the fuel is, you know what I'm saying, you don't spill it, yeah. And also make sure you use the right type of fuel for the vehicle, otherwise it's gonna blow up. Alright, cool. Bus lanes, yeah. So you can use the bus lane outside of the times I listed on the of the times listed on the sign, yeah. However, if there's no sign, it's a permanent bus lane. So if there's just no sign, or there's a sign that just says bus here, that means that you can't use it forever, yeah. You can't go in that lane. There's a couple permanent ones in a couple places. However, on the average one, like this one on the left here, it will say like Monday to Friday, that. So it means you just can't use the bus lane in these times. So from 7 to 10 a.m. you can't use the bus lane, and from 4 to 7 p.m. you can't use the bus lane. And on Saturday from 10 to 6 you can't use the bus lane. Yeah, if you're outside these times, you can use it. It's fine. There's no problem. Yeah. And if it's like this, bus lane at any time, then again that's a 24-hour one. Yeah, it's permanent. You can't use it. Yeah. Cool. Buses. Yeah. So if a bus indicates left towards a stop here, you can overtake when it's safe because that means he's going to pull into the left. So if it's safe, if you can see that vehicle's not coming from overhead, yeah, then you can overtake, of course, yeah. However, if the bus has the emergency lights on, you can also overtake when safe. So when a bus pulls over to the left, yeah, either they'll leave their left indicator on, yeah, or they should put the emergency lights, yeah. So they'll put the emergency lights so the whole bus will be flashing, yeah. And when all the lights on the bus are flashing, it means you can overtake when safe to do so. However, if the bus is indicating right, that means it's about to take off, bro. It's about to move away from the bus stop here. And if it does that, yeah, then you have to give way to the bus and let it move off here. Always be careful when you're like behind buses here. Be careful of pedestrians. They might be moving across the road because you can't see ahead of you because the bus here. Be careful because they might jump in front of the road here to get on the bus or run across to try catch the bus here. So always be most careful of pedestrians in this situation here. And the top of the bus here, so if you're looking at like a double-decker bus here, the top here should always be halfway up your windshield, yeah. So you got the windshield in front of the car, yeah. The top of the double-decker bus here should be at the top of at the halfway up the windshield, yeah. So that ensures there's enough space for the bus to see you in their mirrors, yeah. If you're far behind, it clears up your view of the road ahead. That's a very important point in the test here. And furthermore as well, it allows them to see you in the mirror. If you can't see the mirror of the bus here, how is the mirror gonna see you? You get me? How's the camera or the mirror, whatever, gonna see you? Yeah. So it's a two-way system. Alright, cool. Lorries, yeah. So longer vehicles, lorries, all of that, yeah. Let's say they're gonna be turning right, yeah. Oftentimes they do the opposite of what they're intended to do. So if he's turning right, like in this case scenario, you'll see him move out left first, yeah. That doesn't mean that he's making a mistake. It doesn't mean whatever. It means that it's gonna swing out. So that's why he's got to do that. If he just does it, he ain't gonna make it, fam. So large vehicles like buses need more room to turn, yeah. So you'll see them move right if they're turning left, and you'll see them move left if they're turning right. If a lorry is overtaken, you should slow down so it's not holding up traffic, as large vehicles take a longer time to overtake. This statement is a big thing in the test questions, yeah. It talks about this a lot, yeah. So always, larger vehicles take a longer time to overtake. That's why if a lorry is overtaken, you should slow down, let it overtake, yeah, so that traffic doesn't build up behind it, yeah. And always, yeah, um, always it will look confusing to you. It will look like it's moving left, but it's actually turning right. So if a lorry is turning right or turning anywhere, you stay well back here. You stay back, you let it do its thing, you slow down, whatever, yeah, you get me? And make sure it can see you. Alright, cool. Also, to make sure you don't get hit when it swings out. Alright, trams, yeah. So trams are electrically powered, yeah. So they are light rapid transit, yeah. That's what it means, and they're powered by electricity, yeah. And they'll ask you in the test what makes this type of vehicle like economically good, yeah. And you'll see it's powered by electricity. It will also ask you, yeah, why is it especially dangerous here? And you can say they cannot steer, and hence you should not drive on tram routes or block them. So because they cannot steer to avoid you, yeah, that's why it makes them especially dangerous here. And that's what a speed limit for a tram looks like. It's a diamond shape here, so it'll be like a diamond 30, yeah. And that's a tram there. Cyclists can get their wheels stuck in tracks here, so always here as well. Um, on the test here, it will be like who is the most vulnerable to trams here, which type of motor users here. So obviously it's the cyclists in it, because the car, all of that, they're calm. The cyclists, the wheels can get stuck in the tracks, so that's why. And obviously motorcyclists here, it can slip on the tracks as well in it. So yeah. Unmarked crossroads, yeah. So at unmarked crossroads, no one has priority. That's another recurring thing in the test that will come. They'll ask you this. No one has priority at a crossroad, yeah. If there's no marking. Same thing if a traffic light stops working, yeah. No one has the priority anymore, yeah. Always be careful. Look both ways at crossroads, yeah, because you don't know what's gonna happen. And you should slow down and approach with caution, and only cross when effective observations are made, yeah. If you need to turn right and the other vehicle on your right also wants to turn right, you should wait for the other vehicle and turn behind it. So if my man's coming through here, there's red car, yeah, and he's turning right, yeah, and you're the yellow car, you're turning right, you wait for him. So you both go to the middle of the road, yeah, you wait for him to start turning, and then you turn behind him to go right. That's called offside to offside, yeah. That's gonna create the most effective situation of safety. Alright, come on. Traffic, yeah. So if you're in traffic, yeah, you use the handbrake. So there's a thing on the left of you, yeah. You want to click that and put it up here. And that's called the handbrake, yeah, or the parking brake instead of the foot brake. Because if you use the foot brake here, the lights in the back, they go off in it. So if you're standing at traffic for a long time, you use the handbrake, not the foot brake. Otherwise, you're gonna dazzle the man behind you. You get me? Driving slow moving vehicles, yeah. So moving vehicles often like display a flashing uh like brown beam, yeah. So amber beam, yeah. So they often have like a flashing amber beam. So things like highway maintenance, when they're on the motorway, they'll have a flashing amber beam, yeah. And when driving slow moving vehicles like a tractor, yeah, on a winding road, you should pull over to the side when it's safe to do so to allow following vehicles to overtake. That's another common one, yeah. Always you pull over to the side to allow following vehicles to overtake. And do not wave vehicles past. Again, that's a big one here. If you ever talk about waving past, that's not the correct one, yeah. Always never wave anything across here. Alright, cool. Dipped headlights here. So at night time, you should always use the dip headlights here. So you put this thing, which will be like on the right of your steering wheel or something. You turn it to the dip beam, yeah. Once it's on the dip beam, the headlights will turn on, yeah. So when driving at night and other vehicles are around, only use dip headlights. So if there's other vehicles around, only use the dip ones. Because if you use the high beam, it's gonna blind them. If there are no vehicles around, you can use the high beam. The high beam has this kind of logo, yeah, and it's normally on like this stick. It's normally on the indicator stick or something. You push it towards you, but it's different for every car. And make sure you turn off the high beam if a vehicle approaches to not dazzle them, yeah? That's an important point for the test as well. Make sure you remember this, yeah? Alright, calm the horn, yeah? So you should only use your horn, yeah? Or flash headlights to alert other road users of your presence, yeah? Using it unnecessarily will confuse them. So you can use it like if there's a bridge ahead or something where you can't see on the other side, you can use your horn to tell them, listen, I'm here, innit? If a guy is flashing you, for example, you should assume always that he's trying to tell you that he's there. That's the situation. So you only use the horn or flash your headlight to alert other road users of your presence. If a vehicle pulls out in front of you, yeah, you need to keep calm. You need to slow down and be ready to stop, yeah. And you can also slow down and drop back to leave a safe gap. You need to not react to their errors, yeah. So that's the exact wording they use in the test here. Do not react to their errors. So make sure you don't react to their errors. That means you don't get pissed. You don't do nothing. You don't, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't catch a case. You just chill out. You sit back. You relax. Horses, yeah. So when overtaking a horse here, you pass slowly and carefully and you give them plenty of room. That's the exact wording for the test here. And you only speed up once you are clear of the horse here. So you pass slowly, carefully, and you give them plenty of room, yeah? Otherwise you'll startle them, innit? When approaching a herd of sheep though, you need to turn your engine off here to not startle them, yeah? So if you're approaching a herd of sheep, always you turn your engine off or you go very slow and be prepared to turn your engine off here. Alright, calm. Because the engine revving can make them start tweaking. Alright, cool. That's the end of the situation. Yeah, that's all of topic 2. So yeah, you can practice wherever. That's it. If you remember everything in the video, you should be calm for that whole section.